The people of Oregon's 3rd have been very clear with me that they don't want us to just wait and stand back and say we have no power. That is the point of being here. We have to govern, because we are standing at the edge of a crisis that could define this generation. It is time to take a moral and an imperative stand against escalating.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Taco Trump, and for those of you who don't know, they call him Taco because he always reverses when he says he's going to do something, just blustering, has announced a 2-week ceasefire with Iran. And right now, the markets are booming. And sometimes it makes you wonder, is he doing this stuff to juice the markets and juice the people he's giving money to that are associated with government contracts? So we've got that going on. We've also got white MAGA Americans stunned when they find out that most crime in America is created by white guys, yet the most people put in jail are black people. We'll discuss that. And one thing that Republicans love to fuss about is that Democrat states suck you down in taxes. Well, let's debunk the myth. Not only is that hyperbole, but we've got 2 situations here where Democrat states run the nation in revenue, and Zohran Mamdani has decided to tackle the problem of the disparity between black people and white people. All that starts right now, and we'll go ahead and we'll start diving into what's going on with Democratic states. It's always been a myth. Republicans love to scare people that if you go to a Democratic state, they're going to tax you to death, and they don't follow that up with any nuance. Democratic states have the best education, the best colleges, the best public services for individuals, and they work better than Republican states. And let me give you an example of that, starting with California's Governor Newsom.
Since he took office in 2019, GDP surged 40% to more than $4 trillion. That accounts for more than 14%, by the way, of U.S. output. And the second largest economy, China, by comparison, expanded 32%, Germany 16%, according to data compiled by Bloomberg. So anywhere you look in the developed world, really anywhere in the world, California, measured just by GDP, is the outstanding performer, but it just gets even more overwhelming after that. Within the U.S., you can see, based on the so-called Philadelphia Fed indices, that California overtook the U.S. in terms of growth, but overall performance of the economy, because the Philly Fed data measures not just GDP output, but it measures a whole bunch of things and also takes into account inflation and employment and all the things that we look at. When you look at the relative value of California in the equity market worldwide, technology stands out. It's the best performer in global equity, and as the best performer, California dominates technology with returns that are just stunning, 600% in the period.
Did you hear all that, ladies and gentlemen? So much for the Republican myth that going to Democratic states is going to ruin you, or going to Democratic states is bad for business. It's all been a bunch of horse squeeze, ladies and gentlemen. Horse squeeze to scare people, to try to continue to lower taxes on the rich, increase them on folks who make an income, which is middle class and poor, and scare you into voting for Republicans, when this was clear data reported by Bloomberg. Which leads me to the next person I want to discuss, which is this man right here, Zohran Mamdani, who, when he first got into office, or was about to become in office, this is what they were saying. All the rich people were saying, we're going to leave New York. If he gets in office with this plan, we're going to mass exodus New York. But not only did they not do that, ladies and gentlemen, but their asses stayed. Their asses stayed. And right now, even with the tax increases he's proposing on the rich to help the middle class and poor, those same rich people ain't took their ass nowhere. Just like California, we have another person leading the way to try to fix this gap in income and wages and wealth between the rich, the middle class, and the poor, in Zohran. And he stumbled upon something that he's going to decide to work on that has been a problem for a long time. And Republicans have never wanted to fix it. Just the way that we have this inverse criminal record where more white people create crime, but more black people are incarcerated. We've got this issue where the majority of the white people are doing great and the black people are doing bad as a per capita. So let's take a look at what Zohran is going to do about it.
There's a report in City and State today about how your administration removed DEI language from the racial equity report that you released this week. Why was that decision made, and do you support that decision?
So I want to be very clear. Our administration inherited a report that the prior administration had refused to release, a report that had been heavily diluted over many rounds of revisions. We took the time to strengthen this report to ensure that it was actually an accurate reflection of the city that we all love and know as our home, and to actually release this report within the first 100 days. Now, in this report, what we've seen, it's a report that is both coupled with a true cost of living report, is that the inequities in this city, the racial inequities, are stark. We are talking about findings that have shown that the wealth of a median white household in the city is more than $200,000, while that of a black household is less than $20,000. This is not an indictment of any one New Yorker. It is an indictment, however, of policies and politics that have persisted for far too long. Our commitment now is to act upon these findings, to do so in concert with New Yorkers' comments, as we've now opened a public comment period for the next 30 days to ensure that we have a city where we are reckoning with the long history of racism here and starting to act upon a framework that puts equity right at the center of it. Thank you.
Sure. But why remove the DEI language?
We put forward a stronger report that actually reflects the realities New Yorkers are living through.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Black people been knew about this. Previous administrations been knew about this. And this is why you get so many black people not wanting to show up and vote. Because for years we keep saying progress is coming, progress is coming. And for black people, progress comes snail mail, but for white people, it's internet speed. Now, hopefully Zohran can get something done. He's already got the ball rolling. He's trying to get that wealth tax going to 2%. And with that 2%, he's going to try to put in things to help bridge the gap of education, which can give people the opportunity to make more money and better themselves, maybe even start learning how to trade stocks and make money. It's always bothered me that no one wants to address the issue, because the very people that built this country and fought wars for it harder than anybody else as African Americans get pooped on the most. Whenever there's normally a scapegoat, it's normally been black people. Now the Trump administration is using immigrants as the scapegoat, and he's gotten in bed with the AI kings to try to make that the scapegoat so that they can replace regular workers with tech. And so, Zohran, I want you to please listen to what New Yorkers say. New Yorkers, please turn out and let them know what you think can help. You know, a couple of things that can help. You don't always have to go to college to make good money. The world is going to always need electricians. We're going to need people to work buildings. We're going to need people building buildings. We're going to always need people trading stocks, learning about equities, dealing with money. Put some money behind that. Another thing, socialize the way people want to start businesses so that they don't have to go to these crummy rich people and give up pretty much all percentage of their business just to get in business. Put some money in place for them to build a business and watch what happens. Post your comments. Let me know what you think about that. And last story, that another one that us black folks, this is why this is called the Politics of Being Black Studio. We've been new about this. And, you know, sometimes if you ask white America, they don't know. They act stunned. And then when you tell them, if you don't tell them without backing it up, you'll get some hemming and hawing they'll do. They'll be like, oh, that's just hearsay, that's stereotyping, whatever, whatever. Take a look at this.
Well, if they're coming in here bringing drugs and ruining my country, I don't want them here.
They do that less than white Americans.
Huh? That's
so
what I
should
believe.
we target white Americans more?
No.
But white Americans do more crime.
If you show me the proof, then
I'll show you proof right now. 69% of all arrests are white Americans.
there's no evidence.
This is the FBI's website. In 2019, 69.4% of all individuals who were arrested were white. Is that not evidence to you? 11,588 rapes were done by white Americans.
Here's the problem today, though.
Sure.
This is the problem. It's not about white or black. It's about we're all supposed to be one in America. That's what I believe. I think we're all should be one. We should all be.
You don't believe that because you think we should be deporting people out their homes every single day,
and
they don't commit any crimes.
That's because
and they don't commit any crimes.
Folks, that is typical Republican. When you hit them with facts, they automatically go to this all lives matters bullshit, or, you know, we should all come together. No, fuck that. Prior to that, when he thought that the people doing all the crimes was immigrants and black people, he was all, oh yeah, we got to do something about crime, blah, blah, blah. Then when you hit him with the facts of the government, and that was 2019 was Trump's government. All of a sudden now we need to come, stop that shit. We should have been came together, okay? We should have been done something about the income disparity, which would help the social issues, which would help equality. But they don't want that. They want to sit in their position of privilege and try to pretend like they don't know. And the ones who honestly don't know, they don't know because they've never been taught better. And so these are the reasons they're trying to infiltrate schools, take out books that tell you the true history of this country, take out clauses and policies that help leverage equity because they don't want it and they want people to stay dumbfounded and not know. So folks, please educate your friends, pull up the data. Don't be afraid to whip out your phone, find the data and show it to them on the spot and see how quickly they're so stuck in bias that they don't want to change until you keep beating them down with the facts. That's going to do it for this video. Don't forget to like the video. Please comment, subscribe. If you are trying to learn how to trade stocks, here's my channel for stocks. Win by losing in stocks. I trade stocks every single day. You can log in with me at 9:30 and see my exact process, how I pick my stocks and how I win most of the time. And if I lose, you know what? I keep the loss small because every good stock trader is going to take a loss. But at the end of the day, folks, trading stocks and getting good at it can set you apart from what you're doing right now. If you need to earn some more money, you just got to learn the system. And until that next Sex is Hell political video, I'll see you.
I'm up early for the dealers come out. Everybody is outside till the killers come out. You ain't eating, you just act full. I'm impactful. Dozen funerals in a month. I got that full. I will give it to niggas in all rap forms. Ignatius out right now on all platforms.